Employers in South Yorkshire and Bassetlaw are pledging to show up for cancer.
At the same time, I was doing some work with our HR teams around looking at our sickness absence and the number of employees that we have with a cancer diagnosis. While I was doing that work, we very sadly lost a member of our team to cancer, and recently we've lost another member as well. So these conversations are starting to come to the fore.
Education is really key for us, making sure that everybody's aware of how cancer can affect them, the avenues that they can take to make their lives better, the fact that you can live with cancer, work with cancer, survive cancer now. And really, I think for me, the biggest takeaway is to remove that fear from cancer.
You know, then we're not just colleagues, we're friends, we're family. So these sorts of things and how impactful they are. So I started looking into what we can do to start really showcasing the support that's available, but helping people to find those signs and symptoms and to have the confidence to be able to then make the appointments and speak to their GP to get the support that they need.
Together, we've created the Employer Hub. It contains quality resources employers want to get started and stay proactive on cancer.
Or posters that can help identify with that early detection that we can put around our clinic that would help with patients and staff. If you see something that you think, oh, could this be? It's always like, oh, I'm going to have to brace myself to have that conversation. If you need to get this checked out, I don't want to scare you, but you need to go and check this out. So then if you're taking that into a personal context, that's going to be even harder to say to someone, I've noticed that, should you get that checked out? So that's difficult. And then just the conversations of speaking to someone about, you've been diagnosed, what do I do now? How do we speak to them to support them? There isn't, again, a manual on that, and I think it would help learning how to speak to someone or deal with someone who's suffering or knows someone that's suffering with cancer.
Employers are pledging to show up for their workforce.
And sadly, we've had a few colleagues who've lost their lives recently. That's hugely impacted a lot of people who work closely with them. And that's to come together as a company really to recognise that and share that, but celebrate their lives, but actually use it as how can we educate our staff. Looking at early prevention, what does that mean? Where to go for help, other than is it straight to the GP? Who to talk to if you spot something that's not quite normal, where to go for help. And then sadly through the various stages that can impact from cancer through support for treatment, and if we sadly lose people, family member or a colleague, etc., where to go for help when you're dealing with grief. So yeah, it's a start. It's a positive step, and I think it's the least we can do.
We have set our intention now. We want to be part of this campaign. We're working very closely to get that done, but what we need to do now is bring other companies on that journey with us, and I think if I could give you a pledge, that would be it, for everybody else to get on board with this so that everybody gets the same access.
Employers have a huge role to play in solving this problem, in helping us to work together. People spend most of their lives at work, and so we need employers to help us, to help people to get diagnosed more quickly, to get the treatment that they need, and to live better with cancer. If you live in South Yorkshire, if you are one of our community, then we're going to work together to try and fix this problem and help everybody to live longer, live better, have a happier, healthier and longer life in South Yorkshire.
We show up! We show up!
We show up!
We show up!
We show up!
We show up!